Well, Bonnie, we are standing near 3rd and Alder, and this is where a small memorial has popped up. You can see some flowers there, a card and a flag. And actually, this was a little bit bigger earlier today, but people have been coming by and taking those American flags. Now, the mayor, district attorney, and police chief held a press conference today to offer condolences to the man's family and to ask the community to stop the violence and destruction that's plagued the city for months. Governor Kate Brown tonight is promising more policing resources to keep protests peaceful and more investigative and prosecuting resources to hold those who are violent accountable. A man shooting death in the midst of chaotic dueling rallies in Portland is now setting off a wave of reaction from top city, county, and state leaders.
Let's end this summer. Let's end the violence. Let's commit to that. Is that something we can all agree on, that we are done with the violence?
Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler visibly frustrated Sunday afternoon as months of protesting in Portland comes to a head with a deadly shooting. Police have not identified the victim, but a local right-wing group, Patriot Prayer, claims the man as a member and friend, according to group leader Joey Gibson. Investigators have not said what led up to the shooting or if it's connected to the protests and rallies. But Governor Kate Brown reacted to the news by releasing a plan that she says will protect free speech and end the violence in Portland. Brown outlined what she calls a unified law enforcement plan that will beef up police responses to protests and resources for prosecuting violent offenders. In the plan, Brown once again dedicates Oregon State police troopers to help Portland police and calls on Gresham Police and the Clackamas and Washington County Sheriff's offices to also provide police resources to Portland. Brown says the Multnomah County Sheriff will make sure there's enough jail space to hold suspects accused of protest-related violence, and the U.S. Attorney and FBI will help investigate criminal activity. Brown also made specific mention of Patriot Prayer, saying, quote, "The right-wing group Patriot Prayer and self-proclaimed militia members drove into downtown Portland last night armed and looking for a fight. Every Oregonian has the right to freely express their views without fear of deadly violence. I will not allow Patriot Prayer and armed white supremacists to bring more bloodshed to our streets." Meanwhile, Portland Police Chief Chuck LOVELL begged people to refrain from jumping to conclusions or speculating on the circumstances leading up to the man's death.
A human being lost their life last night, and it's critical that everyone refrain from conjecture and allow us to gather the evidence and statements needed to hold the person who did this responsible for this heinous act.
And as part of her plan, Governor Brown also announced that she will be putting together a community forum to talk about racial justice and police reform. Now, as far as that deadly shooting, Portland police still have not identified the victim. They also have not said anything about whether or not they have a suspect in mind. We do know, again, that they have not made any arrests yet in this case. Of course, we will keep you posted as we continue to learn more. But again, Portland police are asking for witnesses to come forward and anyone who has video of the shooting. Reporting in live in downtown Portland, Kendra Kent, Fox 12 Oregon.